Imagine you are deep in the ocean. All around you, nothing but blue darkness. Cold currents brushing against your skin. And somewhere in the distance, a shadow is moving. Is that shadow a shark or an orca? And if it's both, which direction do you swim? I don't know what you would say. But I'll tell you this. When I first started reading deeply about these two creatures, my mind was completely blown. Because this isn't just a comparison of two animals. This is actually an epic battle between strength and intelligence.
On one side, the great white shark, the most terrifying fish on Earth. On the other side, the orca, called the king of the ocean. For years, people believed the great white shark ruled the seas. Its razor-sharp teeth, lightning speed, and perfect hunting skills turned it into a legend. But on the other side of the ocean, a different story has been quietly growing. The orca doesn't just hunt, it plans. It's not just powerful, it's brilliant. And the most shocking thing of all is that when an orca enters an area, the great white shark leaves. Think about that for a second. The most terrifying shark on Earth running away.
But why? Today, we are going to find that answer. Who came to Earth first? Whose evolution is more successful? Who is more intelligent? Who is the better hunter? Who lives longer? And finally, who is the true ruler of the ocean? Let's go back to the very beginning. Billions of years ago. Nearly 400 million years ago, the first sharks appeared in the Earth's oceans. Sharks existed on this planet even before the dinosaurs. When I read that, I genuinely stopped and stared at the page. This creature has survived 5 mass extinctions and is still here today. Did you know that? The great white shark's ancestors are direct descendants of those ancient sharks. But the orca's story is completely different. The orca is actually a marine mammal. Hard to believe, right? Its ancestors once walked on land. Millions of years ago, they returned to the sea and gradually evolved into the modern orca. So, in terms of time, the great white shark is far more ancient. But does being ancient mean being superior? That is exactly what we are going to find out now. Now, let's look at the physical numbers. A fully grown great white shark can reach up to 6 meters in length, weighing over 2,000 kilograms. Its entire body is built for one single purpose: to hunt. Its rows of razor-sharp teeth can tear through flesh with a single bite. On the other side, a fully grown orca can reach 8 to 9 meters in length, weighing over 6,000 kilograms. In size and weight, the orca wins on both counts. But battles are not always won by size. The great white shark's greatest weapon is its almost supernatural sensory system. It can feel the tiniest vibrations in the water. It can detect the smell of blood from several kilometers away. It can even sense the electrical pulses from a prey's heartbeat in complete darkness. Did you know that sharks can actually feel electricity? There is nothing else like that ability in the entire animal kingdom. On the other side, the orca's greatest strength is its brain. The orca doesn't just hunt, it learns, it plans, it communicates with its pod, quite literally. It works together with others. And this is exactly where the real battle between strength and intelligence begins. Now let's talk about hunting. The great white shark usually hunts alone. It waits in the deep darkness of the ocean, waiting for the right moment. Then it launches upward at lightning speed and strikes its prey in a single devastating blow. This technique is called the ambush attack. Year after year, this technique has made it one of the most successful hunters in the ocean. But the orca's approach is completely different. The orca is not alone. It hunts as a team. An orca family works together to take down prey.
They hunt fish, seals, dolphins, and even massive whales. Sometimes they create waves to knock seals off ice floes and into the water. Sometimes the entire pod surrounds the prey from every direction. This isn't just strength. This is planning. This is strategy. This is collective intelligence. And this is where the orca has its greatest advantage. The great white shark relies on itself from the moment it is born. But the orca learns from its family for years after birth. Just like humans learn. Scientists have observed many times that different orca pods use different hunting techniques. What one group in one region knows, another group in another region does not. This means they can pass knowledge from one generation to the next. This is an extremely rare ability in the animal kingdom. Now, let's come to the topic of intelligence. The great white shark has a highly advanced brain, especially when it comes to finding prey. But the orca's brain is remarkable not just for hunting, but also for social relationships, communication, and learning. Many researchers place the orca among the most intelligent creatures on Earth. They can recognize themselves. They can make group decisions.
And they can communicate through complex sounds. In this round, the orca is clearly ahead. But the great white shark also has strengths that the orca does not. One of the biggest is its perfect sensory system. It can sense even the tiniest electrical signal in the water. When any fish or creature's heart beats, it creates tiny electrical waves. The great white shark can detect those signals. Even in the darkest ocean, it can track down its prey. Now, the question is, if these two hunters come face to face, what happens? And this is where the story becomes most fascinating.
In South Africa, Australia, and several other regions, scientists noticed a strange phenomenon. When orcas enter an area, great white sharks leave that area, sometimes for several weeks, sometimes for several months. When you read this, did a question pop into your mind? It did for me. Why is the great white shark afraid? Because the orca doesn't just defeat the great white shark, it hunts them. In several documented cases, orcas have been observed with extreme precision extracting and eating the livers of great white sharks. This is not an accidental skill. This is the result of years and years of experience. For a great white shark,
It is a very real threat. But this does not mean the great white shark is weak. Rather, it remains one of the most successful hunters on Earth. But the orca has reached a level where strength, size, intelligence, and team strategy all work together at once. Now let's see who lives longer. The great white shark can typically live between 40 to 70 years, in some cases even more. The orca, on the other hand, can live between 50 to 90 years. Many female orcas live well beyond 80 years. They live long enough to see their children's children grow up. This is a rare thing in the animal kingdom.
Another major difference is family. The great white shark has virtually no family life to speak of. From the moment it is born, it is alone. It must carve its own path by itself. The orca, however, spends its entire life with the same family. They protect each other, they teach each other to hunt, and they stay by each other's side in times of danger. If we imagine the ocean as one vast civilization, the great white shark is the lone warrior, and the orca is the organized empire. So who wins in the end? If we only look at ancient history, the great white shark leads. If we only look at solo hunting ability, the great white shark is among the very best in the world.
But when we consider size, intelligence, teamwork, adaptability, and real-world direct confrontations, the orca pulls clearly ahead. This is why many of the world's leading marine biologists today consider the orca the true ruler of the ocean. And yet the importance of the great white shark never diminishes, because even after hundreds of millions of years of evolution, it still remains one of the most terrifying hunters in the ocean. On one side, the perfect predator. On the other side, the genius of the sea. On one side, the great white shark. On the other side, the orca. And this is exactly why their rivalry will remain one of the most fascinating competitions in all of nature. So what do you think? Is the orca the true king of the ocean? Or do you believe the great white shark still deserves the crown? Let me know in the comments. I genuinely want to hear what you think.